All right. So we have Maurice and Gina Richard on the community conversation today. Maurice and Gina, thank you guys so much for being on. I really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gina, you too. So I'm excited because this is our first like father-daughter on the community conversation. We've had like, mother and daughter and that sort of thing, and families not and whatnot. So this is like a first. But I'm excited because I think everyone wants to hear your story. Gina, you just started appearing at these 5 a.m. classes one day, and you're like kicking the crap out of all these workouts. And I don't even think a lot of 5 a.m.ers even know that your dad's Maurice, and they probably do now. And I think recently your mom came in and did a workout. So with that being said, why don't you guys just kind of give everyone a little background on how you guys found Prototype, like your fitness journey, all that sort of stuff.
I'll start first. I started working out probably heavily 10 years ago. And I did the P90X. I love that. And then from there, I went over to a couple of other gyms, the Y, the gym in Northborough, and I just wasn't getting what I was looking for. I had hired a personal trainer, but that really wasn't working out. Seemed like I was just paying somebody to watch me work out with no much direction. So I had heard about CrossFit. I was looking around. I stopped by your gym, and I probably stopped by your gym maybe a year after it opened. I do remember the green grass in the middle. Doing the inchworms on that, getting a little bit of like that black sawdust or whatever it was. And I loved it, and I kept going. I have been on and off, as I might come for a full year, then I take a break. And unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with work. I've never been to a class and left not feeling terrific and glad that I went to that class. It's always been the best part of my day, but I'm still struggling to find time because of work. So, and from there, when Gina turned 10, she was playing a lot of hockey. She was looking to do some extra, work, dryland work, and I brought her to your gym. She did the kids class with, who was coaching at them? Was it John?
Yeah.
John. And she was probably 10 years old, and again, loved it. I brought Gina and Ryan, and from there she loved it. So Gina.
Yeah, so me and Ryan would go to the kids class, and I think the group was me, Ryan, Jack, Meg, and Riley. That was like our group. One thing I think John and I will never forget is one time after school was like the mile run that we did. But I thought it was a smart idea to eat a brownie before, and I had the worst cramp. I was crying running back and forth from the 400-meter. Oh, it was the worst thing. But yeah, after that, I would just come like in and out like a couple times every year. I did the fitness with John at one point, and then like just did that. And then during Thanksgiving of like last year, like Abby Pearson and Ed and my dad and I, we did the Thanksgiving workout. And me and Abby were like, we should do this like every single day before school, because like why not? We don't have sports right now. So we would go 5 to 6 in the morning every single week. And we like loved it. We didn't want to go after school because like we were dead by then, but we loved going every single morning. And then that happened until like March, like spring break time. And because Abby had like lacrosse, thank God I got my permit like not long after, so I could keep on going. And I've just been going to 5 a.m. ever since.
And now you're not in school though. It's like summertime, but you still come into the 5 a.m. class. You could be like a normal kid and sleep till like 1 o'clock, like most kids your age probably do. So like what has kept you like in that routine? And that's what I think is like so impressive. And I've said it, there's like a few kids that have come through like our gym that have done like early morning classes, but you seem to be the most that have stayed like consistent with it. What is it about like coming in the morning at 5 a.m. and are you just an early morning person? Like what's the deal, Gina?
Yeah, so there's a couple different reasons. One reason is just because like I like to get like this morning routine where I just go to the gym and I just feel a lot more productive throughout the day. It's like I get the workout in because like I'm that type of person that doesn't like to go at the end of the day. Like I'm fully drained as soon as I like the end of the day. And then a huge part of it is the 5 a.m. crew. Like the 5 a.m. like you never know how much fun it's gonna be until you get there. And then as soon as the workout's like done, it's like the most refreshing thing and the best thing ever. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I went. And like in the morning, like I don't seem as excited as I usually am because it's 3:30 in the morning and I've probably been up since 11 and I'm like dead. But it's like the favorite part of my day. Like it's the best part of my day.
Now we just got to get you going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
She has though. Some nights she's in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. So
Recently it's been like 11, but yeah, like 7:30. Used to be like, yeah.
And then Maurice, you like hockey is like a huge part of like your life and like obviously the kids. So like the original intent, like when Gina started getting involved in doing like CrossFit was to like complement her, like the hockey training, like dry land training is what you mentioned when they were kids. Like what has there like what are the benefits been or that you've seen like maybe as dad and a coach, and maybe Gina, you can talk about it as like, you know, this type of training or just like CrossFit or functional training in general and how that's kind of applied to like your sport, Gina?
I'll start. So she's become a much stronger player, on her feet, on her stride, just a stronger player. I'm trying to get her to use that more on the ice, but girls hockey is a little bit different than boys. You know, you can't kind of shoulder them too hard, which I would like it if she did, but she's not there yet. The other big part of it too, and I'll kind of jump in on this as well, is the nutrition aspect of it, of CrossFit Prototype, and how much Sam has helped Gina with her nutrition, and also her weight loss. I remember last summer she was playing hockey in a tournament, and she asked me to be honest. And if she asked me to be honest, I'm going to be honest. Now I told her she was probably one of the slower players on the ice at that game. Come to find out, you know, we're talking about, you know, her weight and why she was so slow. And her nutrition was really not good. So she joined in with Sam. Since last summer, she lost 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And her speed is gone through the roof. A lot faster. I mean, imagine taking off a weighted vest and skating. So huge kudos to the nutrition program there, Prototype, for Gina.
Wow. I mean, not even just kudos to the nutrition team. I mean, that's like, that's you putting in that work.
Yeah.
You know, that's you putting in that work. What are some of the takeaways, or what are some of the things you've learned on like on the nutrition journey that you've been on, Gina? Because that's such a huge part of like performance and any sort of goal. But like, you know, most kids are just going to eat what they want to eat. They're not focused on the nutrition component. Like, what are your biggest takeaways? What are the things that you're gonna maybe implement or that you've learned kind of like for the long haul, just in life in general?
Yeah. So Sam has been like a really big help with like helping me know that like you can eat what you want, and there are gonna be like harder days where like you eat a lot more the next, and then like you eat like fine the other. But you just have to remember that like food is fuel and that it's gonna be good for you and it's gonna help you.
Food is fuel. You definitely need that fuel, because I know that, and this is when I think you blew a lot of the minds of the 5 a.m. people, is when you did, I forget the workout, but you did a workout and they said, see, I got to go to hockey practice.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were all like, wait, what? Like you're doing more. What, like, how do you, like, are you eating between that? Like, how do you have the energy to go in and do that? And then I also want to talk about like you like playing hockey too, because I saw some of those videos of like you on the ice, and it's like, it's incredible. But like, how do you find the energy? Like, what are you eating in between?
So usually before the workout, like the CrossFit workout, I would have like something light, like a yogurt or like a fruit or something, just like to get me somewhere through it. And then I'd have like a light breakfast, like overnight oatmeal or something, or like a bagel thin or something. Nothing too heavy before it, because then I like feel it in my stomach as I'm skating. But just like little like carbs that would help me feel throughout the workout, and then I'd go home and I'd actually eat something.
So you're not eating brownies.
No.
You learned your lesson there.
Yeah.
So what's the league that you're playing in right now? Because you're playing with like, say like young women. I mean, right? Like what's the like, and this is, I don't think a lot of people know this. This is going to be like news for a lot of folks. And when I shared that video in like the prototype group of your highlight video, I don't think anyone understood that you weren't playing with kids your age necessarily. So can you, and maybe Maurice, you talk about that too, or Gina?
Yeah, wait, what's the league called?
Well, you play with the U19 Flames in your club team. And this summer she was on the U20 team, but she was playing against girls that were sophomores and juniors in college. So it's a U20 league, and they were exactly 20 or maybe on the high end of 20, but kids that played D1 college. Matter of fact, she played with one girl this summer that was playing for Providence College D1, and she's going to be a junior this year. So she plays at a very high level for a 16-year-old. She plays against a lot of 18.
17.
Oh, 17. Your birthday was a few days ago. Sorry.
That's right.
Sorry. Oops.
Duh, Dad. So what's that like, Gina? What's it like playing with 20-year-old, you're 16, 17 years old playing with like these people in college? It must be intimidating.
Yeah, definitely intimidating. When I find out that there's a team that's mostly 20 and 19-year-olds, it's definitely scary. Not scary, but it's like, wow, all right, I'm 17 and I'm playing with a bunch of like 16, 17-year-olds. It's 19 and 20-year-olds. They have a little bit of an advantage, but you just play like a normal hockey game and you just play your game.
And there must be like a lot of like confidence that you've built like over the years, and just in terms of getting in playing with like these people that are a lot older than you. Like what do you think is like the biggest difference? Because I know you want to play, like your goal is to play hockey down the road, right? Playing in college. Like I think like mindset is like a lot of people are talking about nowadays, and it sounds like you have to have I know it wasn't a hockey, I didn't play hockey, but I know like you have to have the right mindset in hockey. What, like, how do you describe that? Like, how do you like go into the games, and like, what's your mentality like?
I just play like every single person on this other team is as good as me, or trying to like get to that D1 level, and I have to be the best person on that ice, no matter how old they are, how much more skilled they are. I just have to play my game and play it like I'm the best player on that ice.
That's awesome. How about you, Maurice? What have you seen like from the development, being dad, and are you coaching too, or just?
I coached for several years. I haven't coached lately, now that she's getting up to the higher levels, even though I do have my level 5, which is masters. But when it comes to a dad coaching their daughter, I prefer not. So the coach of her club team has no kids on the team, which is great for her. Less favoritism. But she's been skating since she was probably 3-4 years old. And everything at the very beginning was all about skating. You can't be a good hockey player if you're not a good skater. And she's just loved it ever since. So, but that being said, I have to kind of throw that in there too. So a few weeks ago, we were at dinner. And so, she's really been loving CrossFit. So I asked her, hockey's been a passion. And I said, Gina, you don't have to answer me right away. You have one choice to make: hockey, CrossFit. She's like, I don't have to think about it, CrossFit. And the face that you just made is the face that I made. Blew me away.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's pretty, wow. I did not know that.
That is, yeah, I was shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is that, Gina?
Don't get me wrong, I do love hockey, but like just the adrenaline rush and just like the happiness that I get as soon as I walk into that CrossFit gym and then I leave is like nothing that hockey could give me. It's like a different experience, I guess.
And that's why your mom tried a class the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty special. That's pretty cool. All right, well, let's talk more about CrossFit then, because now that I know it's like your favorite thing ever. What if you were to go into the gym and make your own workout, what would it be? What are your favorite things to do? Favorite movements, favorite exercises? What are your favorite things to do? And then Maurice, that same question to you, my man, because you've been doing it. You got some tenure here too. You've been doing this a little bit longer than Gina has. Yeah.
Favorite things. Well, if I could do like most of these things, it'd probably be like pull-ups, probably like front squats, deadlifts, running, burpees, you know, like a really tough workout, but
You like the longer workouts, shorter workouts, strength stuff,
longer.
light stuff,
I like
longer
the
stuff?
longer ones, like kind of like the hero or like the Murph, like workouts like those. Those are my favorite.
Do you have anyone in particular, your favorite hero workout? Do you remember any outside of
Probably
Murph?
just Murph. Like that's
Murph?
like it's the most standard, but it's my favorite.
How about you, Maurice?
Same. Murph is great. That much half Murph, but I like to show up. So Murph is one of my favorites. Cindy, which is similar to Murph. Probably my worst is Fran. That was the first workout I've ever done, and I thought I was going to die. Hated that one. One of the other ones that I really didn't like was one of the CrossFit Games where it was a ton of rowing and a ton of thrusters, like 27 down.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was the one time I thought I could see God. Like I stayed on the floor for like 45 minutes. So
I'm right there with you. I remember that one too. I forget what that was. It was like, I think it might have been like 14 or 15,
yeah,
something. But yeah, it was like 15.5 maybe, or 14.5.
Right.
One of those. It was the last one. I remember it. That was
torture.
yeah, that was pretty gnarly. I was just gonna ask you guys something and it totally just passed me. Oh, this is what I was gonna ask you. So considering that you're like a CrossFit addict now, Gina and Maurice, since you've been doing like kind of involved at Prototype or been here for like almost near our inception. So that's 2013. So 8-ish years, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Mhm.
What would you tell someone that's never done like CrossFit, has never been to Prototype before? Like, what would you, how would you describe like what we do, or how would you describe CrossFit or, this type of training to them?
Are you asking me, Mike?
Both of you. How would you guys describe it? Or like, how would you, I guess like, what would you tell them? Like, is like a lot of people, it's intimidating, right? That's like the biggest thing. It's like an intimidating thing, right? CrossFit's intimidating, that sort of stuff. Like, how would you, or what would you say to maybe one of your friends or something like that?
You want to start?
Oh, I'm starting. All right. Well, like you said, when you hear CrossFit, it's like, oh wow, CrossFit, that's like intimidating. But I would just tell them that no matter what, you can always scale the workouts. But even though the workout's going to be hard, like not only will you feel so good after it physically, but mentally, like everybody around there just makes it so much more fun that it's like half the workout, half the people, and it just amazing. Like I don't know how else to explain it besides that.
Having been doing the workouts for a while and being older, I'm 56 this year. I'm less afraid I'm less afraid to scale. Before I would try to do everything RX, keep up with the younger kids and all that stuff. And now I just want to go work out and feel good at the end of the day, not be sore. Like for example, I think the workout Monday was deadlifts. The prescribed was 185. I did 135, and that was okay because I wasn't sore all week, but I got a good workout. And so as I'm getting older, I'm not afraid to scale and be okay. And the thing is about your gym is there's nobody that's judging you. It's a very friendly gym. I think you said it best. It's you're as much in the relationship business as you are in the fitness business. Everybody there is terrific. No judgment. Everybody, fist pumps. Everybody's terrific there. We love everybody there, and that's probably a big part of why Gina loves it. Loves the 5 a.m. Loves the 5 a.m. crew. She's part of their group. They took her in, so we love it.
Part of the tribe. Part of the 5 a.m. tribe. I love it. All right, so I want to get into this Spitfire round of questions. So visceral, don't think about it too much. I always say that I'm going to change these questions, but I never do. But with that being said, favorite movie of all time, favorite TV show of all time, and what are you currently binge watching? Gina, you go first.
Favorite movie. Favorite movie is probably the first Conjuring. Love horror movies. Favorite show is probably Friends. I watch that every day with my mom. It's always on the kitchen.
It's awesome.
What am I currently binging? I mean, probably Friends, because I don't really watch TV, so
Mhm.
that's probably what I'm binging. In The Office.
Like the Friends or The Office, you can just watch it on repeat and watch the same. Just as soon as it ends, you just restart it back over. It's one of those shows. Horror movies. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
Huge.
horror movies and Friends. Usually it's never in the same, not in the same sentence.
Yeah.
But okay. I like that. Maurice, how about you?
For a movie, I'd say Indiana Jones. I love that. Anything comedy, Will Ferrell, Step Brothers was awesome. Old School, loved it. So, just love to laugh. So, so that was probably for my movies. Did you say series?
Yeah, favorite TV show.
Probably favorite TV show lately is, well, I've been watching for TV show. It's kind of a strange one. It's a weird one, but it's something me and Sheila do together. It's like our together thing, which is weird. Bachelor in Paradise or the Bachelor Bachelorette. We watch it together. We have a drink and laugh, and it's like a stupid kind of show, but we have fun watching it together.
That's awesome.
Ted Lasso, we binged that the first season. That is absolutely terrific. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, watch it. It's you end up watching it and you feel good at the end of every show. You just feel good. So great.
What is it on Netflix? What is
Apple.
that?
Apple TV.
Oh, got it. Ted Lasso. I got to look at that.
Yeah,
Ted
absolutely.
Lasso. I've watched all The Office and Friends, so I've already seen those. And I'm not a horror movie person, Gina, so probably not going to be watching The Conjuring. But anyone out there, if you haven't seen it, check it out. All right, next question. Favorite musician, band, or music artist of all time?
Lately, I've loved country, so Luke Combs, I love. Any kind of songs with a story, a good story, I love it. So Luke Combs, country.
Oh God, Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes.
Huge Shawn Mendes.
There we go. If you had to listen to one song the rest of your life, what would it be?
Doesn't
need to be by Shawn Mendes.
All right. Honestly, probably Stitches by Shawn Mendes. Honestly.
So it is by Shawn Mendes. Got it.
Yeah.
Maurice, yours.
Probably Beer Never Broke My Heart.
Oh,
There we go. All right. I don't think I've heard that song, but I will listen to it after this. Okay, last question in the Spitfire round. What is your favorite hobby to do outside of working out and going to the gym? Favorite hobby? Could be like leisure, it could be stuff you do with family, friends. What's your favorite thing to do?
I really don't have too many hobbies. Like I said, I work a lot. I've been trying to go to the gym more lately. I used to golf. I don't have time for that. It's just too much time. So a lot of times just me and Sheila will go out for a drink and dinner, just quickly. So that's about it.
And watching Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah. Keep that on the download though. Don't tell anybody.
Oh, it's on the internet.
So nobody's watching this, right?
It's on the internet now, dude. Everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to be watching this episode too. Gina, how about you? Favorite hobby?
Yeah, I kind of like my dad. I don't have any hobbies. Like I just go on my phone and like watch TV, but like I don't have any like set in stone hobbies.
You play hockey? I guess you count that.
I guess, yeah.
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 You're an athlete. Come on, that counts. All right. Well, this was awesome. There was a lot of awesome information in here. I think folks are going to be really pumped to hear this community conversation. So thank you both for being on the community conversation today. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to everyone that is listening. And then for you folks that are listening right now, appreciate you tuning in to community conversation. Remember, every Monday, we have a new community conversation to get your week started. So Gina and Maurice, thank you both for being on today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.